holding my breath there for a second because I really thought we'd hear click. But she's still with us. That's awesome.
Well, that's good.
Wahaha, wahaha.
Yes, yes. I was actually going to request that you do that later on. She has the sexiest laugh, so it's and nobody can do it but you.
Oh, Madeline Kahn did it first. I was just copying her. That was your direction, your specific direction.
Yeah. Well, you do it more seductively. When she did it in Blazing Saddles, she does that great song in Blazing Saddles. They're always coming and going and going and coming. Ha ha. Just that lazy moan. But you added pizzazz to it. You made it your own.
Aw, thanks.
So
Nobody can aha vaha like you.
apparently, yes. Sorry. I had a thought there that went completely into a different wrong direction. I'm not going to go there. So we're 2 episodes in now,
Yeah.
That's right.
and we've got big storylines coming through. What are some of the fun, fantastic things that we can expect that people are going to be able to? Oh my God! I can't believe you just did that.
Well, the first 2 episodes were your traditional setup episodes to let you know about Dracula's erectitudinal problem. We're introduced to his best friend and maybe his only friend, who trivia people will love, who actually does appear in the original Bela Lugosi Dracula, and that is Juan the Armadillo.
I am Juan.
You are Juan, and you do a fantastic armadillo. I've worked with a lot of people who've played a lot of different armadillos, and none of them have nailed it like you do.
Well, you did read the bit there about the guy in Texas who shot the armadillo and killed himself.
Yeah, or like ricocheted off the armadillo.
And what's funnier is that's it happens more than once.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a very common thing in Texas. I don't know if you've ever talked or met anyone who lives in Texas, like
No.
San Antonio, any of those areas. Those
No.
people are loopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got problems. But yeah, so Juan the Armadillo is his only friend. And if you go back and look at the original Bela Lugosi version, which as a writer, I just thought it was phenomenal. There's a part when Renfield first comes to the castle and Dracula's at the top of the stairs and stuff. He jumps back. Renfield jumps back a little bit because armadillos come out. An armadillo. What they're doing in Transylvania, I have no I didn't know they were indigenous to Transylvania. But there's an armadillo running around Dracula's castle, and that's always hit me ever since I was a kid. So he had to be a character in this.
Well, they are native to Transylvania, you know.
Well,
I-
Texas oil barons actually imported them from Transylvania as kind of pets, and then they just end up discarding them. They flush them down the toilet or whatever, and now they're running.
What Dave said. What Dave said. Yeah, that.
Right.
Let's go with that.
Those damn flushable armadillos.
That's right.
They can survive
roll
a
up into
nuclear
ball.
war.
That's funny. But so yeah, the first couple episodes are just an introduction, and then we got the teaser at the end of episode 2, which just was like last week. We on Halloween actually. We released it on Halloween. We got the teaser that Juan has said to Dracula, quit your moping around. Maybe we ought to talk about Gretchen. And Dracula has made it known he does not want to hear that name at all. So, of course, this next episode coming up, we introduce Gretchen.
Woohoo!
And how does
Sorry,
Gretchen
I have
feel
to
about that?
I am super excited, as is my entire romance writer group, because they think the word Strudelheimen is one of the most amazing words ever. And I have to agree. My iPhone also agrees, apparently, because it spells it for me. It's so excited every time I say the word Strudelheimen.
Are your phone's even in on this?
Yeah, my phone. I spelled STRO and it went Strudelheimen, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's awesome.
It was
Yeah.
really cool.
It's a smartphone.
It is. And it's a fan of Dracula's Winkee. You should be too.
I have never lost a game of Scrabble when I play Strudelheimen. That's like, that's
See?
it. End the game.
That's right.
He knows.
Hyman, that gets you a lot of points.
It does. It actually does.
It really does.
It does, and the name is fun too. Um, yeah, Gretchen's. I had so much fun with that character, creating it because I figured, they always have that overlap where she is sent to kill Dracula, but then she sees Dracula as much more. He's the ultimate challenge and the ultimate lover, and she wants that. And Dracula, like I said, has been having some problems in that area, and they hit it off, and they have a special chemistry and magic between them. And this 9 episodes about trying to find that love you had but you lost.
So
And
connectivity.
it's there's those big words again. I don't know what you say to me, but I'm always going to agree.
Okay.
He's talking about plugging.
Plugging, yes. Putting the slot A into hole B. No, that's wrong.
That's
Well, it
Inserting
depends
flap
on how
A
many
into
drinks
slot
you
B.
have.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's the only one I haven't used yet. In this, I've used great lines to me and I used to write for Hallmark, so I know. Like he put his swollen pink billy club of love towards her carnivorous Bulbasaur.
Still liking the
Carnivorous
Uvula hammer.
Bulbasaur gets him every time.
So magical phrases like that, but I haven't used the old tab A slot B thing.
I'm just saying.
Give me your slot B.
No, I don't think I'm going to.
So, but and the cool thing is, early on, when I was writing Gretchen, it became pretty evident to me that there was like only one person I wanted playing Gretchen, and when I got her to finally do it, it just made my life. And now I can't help whenever I write Gretchen, I have Alethea Contis in my head.
Okay, I have to ask you because I know we did this at a MoCon like a bazillion years ago, and you and I had met, a couple of times? Like, maybe I don't even know that I had been on your show at that point, but, like, did you know that I could do all those voices? I mean, you knew that I was a stage actress, but did you have any clue that I would even be any good at that when you handed me the script and went, here, read it like Madeline Kahn. Okay, go.
When I used to have this show called The Funky Werepig, it was a show I took very seriously, and anyone who ever listened to it could tell I'm very serious when I'm on the show. So I would spend months researching people before I even asked them to be on the show. So I probably did a year's worth of research and background checks on you.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't just a fluke thing. Here, read this.
Okay.
I
That's
said,
cool.
this is her. This is her. And
That's very cool. Because I have to tell you, one of my favorite parts about doing Gretchen, yes, I said that, is reading her lines, because written out on the page, they are in perfect dialect. Like, I don't even have to, listen to the YouTube and get into the character and, pretend I'm German. I just read the words because you write in such fabulous, literal, phonetic dialect. It's fantastic.
She had glitter in her voice when
The
she said
words
that.
themselves are amazing.
she had glitter in her voice.
Yeah.
See,
She had glitter in her voice when she said that.
See, it's funny because I tried to write. I was attempting to try to maybe write a book version of this, and I thought no one would ever read over 100 pages of this. Who wants that? And she has a very thick German accent, so I was having fun writing out what it would read like if you heard her speaking, and it just became my own personal way to, kind of share that thick German accent with everyone. And then when I got you to play her, I thought, I'm going to do this just to torture Alethea.
Oh, I love it. Are you kidding me? I must be a masochist because it's my favorite part.
That's funny because I just know as an actor and working with so many actors over the years, you're supposed to show them a certain amount of, uh, uh, um, I guess, not respect. That's too heavy of a word. No,
No,
I mean,
don't give him any respect. No, 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 no.
well, no, that just makes it sound like it's such a heavy issue. But you just write the words and everything out, and then you just end up put a German accent to it, and you let them go for it because that it's their job, so you give them a certain amount of freedom, whatever. But I was just doing it really to screw with you, and then when I found out you liked it, I went, oh, well, let's up the ante. So yeah, there's a lot of consonants in the middle of words that don't need to be there, and
It's a beautiful thing. Just poetically. Her line, every line is just poetic, I think. It's beautiful.
yeah, I have a lot of fun writing her stuff, and like I said, I can't help it now. I always you're in my head as Gretchen. Whenever I close my eyes, I think, well, there she is. That's Alethea. There's Gretchen. So, and now, if I be so bold,
Bowled away.
the same thing has happened with Drac. If you haven't heard Dracula's Winkee yet, if you haven't experienced it, in the podcast yet, with the first couple episodes, and I'm sure Zizi and the gang can give you where to find that later on, or
I've heard a bit of it.
well, I don't know the link because I'm a Luddite. I don't know how to do any of this, but I know that there's a link, and then we're supposed to be. I think once we get the YouTube thing going, then we're going to try to put it on iTunes as a podcast and some other avenues.
We're going to break the internet. We're going to cover it everywhere.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about because it's fun. It's good, stupid fun. But I got to tell you, if there's any reason to hear Dracula's Winkee other than just getting some good giggles and jabs at paranormal romance and getting caught up in a really heavy, great story, it's to hear David Dunwoody's definitive take on Dracula. It is.
Holla! I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan.
Aren't
Yes.
you though? Aren't you? I mean,
I so am. It's amazing.
David nails this phenomenal Dracula that it when I was trying to cast people for the voices. I was going through my register of people that I knew had different, definite talent that they could bring to the table and all this other stuff and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like my little charts and graphs, and I'm a market research dude.